And Stidham has won. He's current Patriot. And Garrett Gilbert won. So congratulations to Jacoby Brissett, another former Patriot great, getting it done on the gridiron.
Wonder if you guys maybe should have never let him go. Look at Tiger! Tiger Woods yesterday played a flawless round of golf. Now, if you didn't watch, he only hit one great shot. The tee shot on 16 was perfection. No bogeys, a bogey-free round at a major for the first time for him in a decade. He's 3 shots off the lead technically, but Paul Casey's not going to hold it. So he's really 1 shot off the actual lead, which is 5 under if you're doing the math I'm doing. He knows this course so well. He's going to contend. He's played terribly this year, Jenna, and he's right in the Masters because he knows Augusta National so well. I'm so excited. I'm so happy. 2:30 tee time. Be there, America. It's so good.
You didn't bet him. You didn't bet him, Nick.
I did bet him.
Nick,
I did bet him. Oh, I did bet him.
Nick loves Tiger. Hey, guys, yesterday it was reported, remember, that Russell Westbrook wants out of Houston. He's not happy there. It's not working there. It was reported he just wants to leave. We know at the end of a relationship, sometimes you feel that way. Yesterday was also Russell Westbrook's birthday, so the tweeting department at the Rockets were sitting around like, what do we do? This is so awkward. They got the most incredible idea. We'll write happy birthday, Russ, 1 exclamation mark, not 4. Instead of putting him next to the cake, we'll put him on the cake like a candle. Candles burn out. No one hates the candle. They're just gone. Russ will just burn out and go. Nobody will be upset. Win-win all around. A+ for the tweeting department at the Houston Rockets.
The tweeting department. Awesome. The tweeting department.
I don't really know how that works. I think that's how it works. Hey, big matchup out in the NFC West. 6-2 Seahawks, 5-3 Rams. This is America's Game of the Week. It's on Fox. Seattle coming into this one as the underdogs. It's unfamiliar territory for Russell Wilson. But it was Russ who turned the ball over 4 times last week, and it is his defense giving up more than 30 points per game. So, Brandon, we're going to keep it simple. Who wins and why?
Look, you don't have to ask me that question, Jenna. I'm always going to go with the team that I picked to win the Super Bowl, and that's the Seattle Seahawks. But it will be a really good game. This comes down to one thing and one thing only, and that's Russell Wilson. I love him. He's the ultimate competitor. He's still leading in the MVP discussion, but he has to protect the ball. When he protects the ball, they win. He can't turn it over. Like, we know what this team is. The team don't play really good defense. They like to run the ball. They also like to take shots. It's super simple football, right? So now, what are they doing to try to combat their struggles on the defensive side? Well, they're starting to blitz a little bit more. You know, I talked about this week in and week out. Look, they do the same thing over and over again. When you look at the Seattle Seahawks, everybody know what they're going to do on the defensive side. They're so predictable. That's why they're getting gashed. So the last 2-3 weeks, what have they been doing? They've been blitzing a little bit more than anybody in the league. Almost 50% of the time, they're in cover 0, they're in cover 1. And that's a problem because Sean McVay's on the other side. And he's looking at it like, that's how we just lost against the Miami Dolphins. That's literally how they lost. He could not find a guy, an outlet when the Miami Dolphins was blitzing all week. That's all they've been working on. Yep. Throwing extra pads, extra defenders in the lanes, the passing lanes against Goff, making him get the ball out quick. So it's going to be an interesting game, but I'm never going to go against the Seattle Seahawks and Russell Wilson, Nick.
So I will occasionally go against Russell Wilson, but not this week. So here's what we know about Seattle. As long as Russ doesn't turn the ball over a bunch, they win. Now, it can be close. It can be by the skin of their teeth, but they find a way to win unless, when have they not? Arizona, 3 turnovers. This past week, 4 turnovers against Buffalo. I don't think Russ is going to have back-to-back horrible games, so I do like Seattle. What I am more interested in, to be honest, is, are the Rams good? So you look at their numbers, they got 5 wins. They have the #2 pass defense, the #5 rushing defense, the #2 overall defense, and the #2 scoring defense. You say, okay, at the very least, they're a great defense and an offense that has its moments. But then you look at who those 5 wins have come against, and you're like, okay, Dallas in week 1, Philly, who's a mess, the Giants, Washington, and Chicago. And I know Chicago has 5 wins, and I picked them to make the playoffs, but I look like an idiot, and that offense is the worst in the league. So it's the Rams have 5 wins, but they don't have a good win on their ledger yet. So how good are they? So what I anticipate in this game, Wilds, is both defenses look bad. Seattle's defense looks bad because it is. The Rams' defense looks bad because it's up against Russell Wilson. And the Seahawks find a way to win. There is a little bit of a concern because the Rams have the extra rest here. But I think Seattle, in a close game, a close high-scoring game, finds a way to win in a game that Jared Goff looks good but doesn't win.
Yeah, so I think that's the issue. It's always like they'll find a way to win, and we know how they'll do it. We know it'll just be Russell Wilson pulling something out and throwing the ball all over the field, and occasionally the other team will catch the ball. But Brandon, for you, you're so confident at this point. It's on the edge of dangerously confident. And I did a quick Google search. I'm like, who does this remind me of? And I went, Captain Edward Smith. You know who Captain Edward Smith is? He's the old he's the captain of the unsinkable Titanic. And he was so confident, like, let's just keep on going. No worries. I'm so strong. I can get through anything. I'm going to read you the teams that give up the most points in the league. And you tell me what the sort of like the common denominator is on all these guys. I'll give you a hint. It's not that they're going to the Super Bowl. The Dallas Cowboys are the worst. Jacksonville, second worst. Then Seattle, who are going to the Super Bowl. Then the Texans. Then the Lions. Then the Jets. So I'm not saying you're wrong, but I'm just the guy. I'm not the captain of the ship, but I'm the guy with the periscope being like, hey, Captain, there's like a monster iceberg ahead. There's a monster iceberg.
But you're also,
so if you want to, like, you know, navigate a little bit of, okay, here we go. Let's drive right to it. Go for it.
But you're also the guy, when we open up the show, that just jumped on Nick about Phillip Rivers and take integrity. So what do you want me to do, Wilds? I picked these guys before the season. Do you want me to have take integrity or not? Right? Like, I'm going to ride with them until the wheels fall off.
I got a question, but I have a question. Take integrity notwithstanding. Do you think, Brandon, from watching the film of this Seattle team, that some of their defensive issues can be fixed? Or do you think it's endemic to this team and this coaching staff that's going to last throughout the year? Because I'm not telling you to abandon ship. I would never tell you to do that.
Yep.
But if you don't think they can be fixed, then they can't win the Super Bowl. The only way they can win the Super Bowl is if the defense gets at least marginally better. So what can they fix?
Yeah, I think your take on your original take was absolutely right. You know, they have to play perfect with that defense. Russell Wilson can't turn the ball over. And if he does that, they're going to be in the game. And, you know, probably 60-70% of the time when he's in the game, he's going to come out victorious. But there's some games where you may lose. And you can't hang your hat on that to win a Super Bowl. So you're absolutely right. Like, that defense has to figure out a way that change some of those things that were, some of the issues that they have where they're just absolutely getting gashed. And I think because they're implementing the blitz now in the last couple of weeks, they're trying to find a new identity. They're predictable. Okay. They have nothing in the secondary. They're banged up. So they have to find a way to get home, and it seems like that's what they're relying on. But that could be really dangerous because now you're putting this banged-up secondary and guys who are just average in harm's way because they're playing cover 0 and cover 1, Jenna. So now if the blitz doesn't get there, now you're going to see some even bigger plays and bigger chunks.
And it's getting late into the season to make any big changes on that defense. All right, we'll have Michael Vick in a little bit later. We'll talk about this some more. But we got another big matchup this weekend. Panthers hosting Tom Brady and the Bucs. Carolina quarterback Teddy Bridgewater ready for all the tough questions. Take a listen.
Eddie, why are you wearing that?
I'm here to throw a flag on any question that I don't want to answer. No, I'm just playing. I just came from work, my other job, Foot Locker. So, yeah.
Mike, Solarte, you want to ask the next one?
Is there a reason that you are working at Foot Locker?
Well,